it's me, Gabby, your American English teacher from GoNaturalEnglish.com. Hey, how are things coming along in your neck of the woods? When you hear English speakers talking like that, do you get scared? Did you understand what I was asking you? Well, in this English lesson, we're going to practice speaking together and, of course, improving your listening skills at the same time. I'm going to lead you through some common English speaker expressions, phrasal verbs, reductions, the way that native speakers really speak at work. So if you get a little bit scared when native English speakers or fluent English speakers are talking a mile a minute, or in other words, quickly, then keep watching. This is the lesson for you. I'm going to have you practice speaking with me. I'll ask you questions and you'll have a chance to respond. At the end of this lesson, I'm going to share with you how you can practice your English speaking online with native qualified English teachers with Lingoda. Lingoda is an online language school that provides online language tutoring. And at the end, I'm going to tell you how you can sign up for their lessons for 30% off. It is an amazing opportunity for you to start practicing today. So wait until the end of the lesson and I'll tell you more about that if you're interested. So let's jump into it. What was it I asked you at the beginning of this video? I asked you, how's it coming along in your neck of the woods? How is it coming along? To come along means, it can mean many things, but in this case, it means like, how is it going? To come along is to come with, but in this case we're asking like, how are you, or how are things going? How is your work? How is it means your work. When we say it, we mean your work in a work context. So we don't say how is it, we say how's it, how's it, how's it. It sounds like one word. The sounds connect, we have linking sounds, and we say, how's it? How's it coming along? So we have to put these sounds together again to speak quickly, and you're going to hear coming along, coming along. How's it coming along? How's it coming along? Now you can add on to that and sound really native when you say in your neck of the woods. What does that mean? In your neck of the woods means in your area. In your area, like in your, it could be in your area at work, in your life, in your neighborhood. So this could mean many things. It's kind of general. And that's good because you can use it in many different situations. With your neighbors, with your colleagues, really in many different situations with your friends. So again, in your neck of the woods. 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 Can you say it quickly with me? In your neck of the woods. Okay, let's try the whole thing. How's it coming along in your neck of the woods? How's it coming along in your neck of the woods? Woo, that's a good one. So it means, how are you? But again, native speakers don't always ask, how are you? So when you hear a phrase like this, now you know exactly what someone is asking you. Now, how do we respond to a question like this? Well, basically it's the same as how you would respond to how are you. So if I ask you, how's it coming along in your neck of the woods? And if we're colleagues at work, you could say something about how your work is going, like, I'm busy, or things are going great, or you could use a more interesting phrase I'm about to teach you. I'm hammering away at some projects. I'm hammering away at some projects. To hammer away at means to work on. So if you're working on something, maybe a project or your to-do list or something more specific, you can say that, of course, but to hammer away on. To hammer, like the tool, to hammer away I've heard it interchangeably used on or at, but I think more commonly people say hammer away at. So I'm hammering away at my project. How's it going? How are things coming along in your neck of the woods? Oh, good. I'm just hammering away at many different projects. How about you? So let's talk about that phrasal verb, coming along. How are things coming along in your neck of the woods? We don't have to say in your neck of the woods. We can ask just simply, how are things coming along for you, with your projects, with your work, at work, in your life? We could really stop right there. How are things coming along? Or we could add on something more specifically. So if I ask you, how are things coming along? It's a really great greeting, by the way. It's something more unique than just how are you, something a little bit more interesting, more native-like. You can answer in the same way. You could say, oh, everything's going great, I'm fine, I've been busy, or I've never been better, things are fantastic. You could also respond with, I'm hammering away at a lot of projects. Let's talk about another question that you can ask that you might hear in the workplace. Many times when you greet someone in the workplace, you ask, how was your weekend? Or how has your day been so far? Or how was your morning, if now it's the afternoon? Or if you know someone just came back from vacation, you can ask, how was your vacation? How was your time off? Or here's an acronym that natives often use. How was your PTO? PTO is paid time off, something that everyone loves. How was your PTO? Did you do anything fun? Well, my PTO was great. I just rested, I relaxed, I had a great time. I'm ready to be back at work. I'm so refreshed. So there's a lot of ways that you can ask someone, how are you? How was your weekend? How has your day been going so far? How was your morning? How was your PTO? Of course, this depends on the situation and the person with whom you are speaking. Let's talk a little bit about speaking, about pronunciation. It's really important to stress the key words. So we stress the question word, how. How's it coming along? When we have a phrasal verb like to come along or coming along, we stress the preposition at the end, along. How's it coming along? Say it with me. How's it coming along? How's it coming along? Now, I invite you to not only repeat this question with me, but I really like to use hand gestures, just like you see me doing, to show the stress in the word and the stress in the sentence, because this helps you to remember where to put the stress when we can add some physical movement. So let's ask the question again. How's it coming along? And feel free to use your hand or clap. How's it coming along? Great, you're sounding wonderful. Now let's try some other questions with our hand movements, with the phrase level stress. How was your PTO? How was your PTO? So we're stressing the question word how and the key word, which is PTO. How was your PTO? And notice that the non-stressed words like was, your are very, very small. So we don't say, how was your PTO? We say, how was your PTO? Remember, that's paid time off. Same thing with the unstressed words in our first example. How's it coming along? How's it coming along? How's it coming along? We don't say, how is it coming along? I sound like a robot if I say all the words with exactly the same stress. It's flat and it doesn't sound very fluent. So again, let's say this question together. How's it coming along? Excellent. You are doing wonderful. I want to share a couple more questions and answers with you that you are sure to hear in a work environment. So you can use these questions in a work environment, but often in other environments as well. Maybe talking with your neighbors, your friends, or someone that you might see on a regular basis that you want to greet. To answer these questions, when someone asks you, how are you? How are things coming along? Or how's it coming along? How was your time off? How's it coming along? I'm chipping away at my to-do list. To chip away is to, for example, hammer at some stone, to use a chisel perhaps, to remove some stone, or to chisel is to kind of sculpt. So it's like you have a list of things to do and you're slowly crossing them off one by one as you complete your to-dos. So I am chipping away at my to-do list. So I am chipping away at. To chip away at means to work diligently towards doing something. I'm chipping away at my to-do list. I'm chipping away at my to-do list. Another way that you can answer, when someone asks you how are things going or how are things coming along, how's it coming along, you can say everything's humming along. Humming along. To hum means to hum is something we do when we're calm, we're happy. So when everything is humming along smoothly, it is good. So instead of saying good, sometimes people will say everything's just humming along smoothly. So that's a good thing. Now you want to be ready to understand when people ask you very common questions at work. One of which is, what you working on? What you working on? What are you working on? What are you working on? So there are a couple different ways that people reduce the sounds here. We rarely will ask, what are you working on? We'll often say, what you working on? And this is very common in the workplace. What you working on? Or what are you working on? Try saying these with me. What you working on? What you working on? What are you working on? What are you working on? Great. And your answer is, I'm working on, and then your specific project. This is, of course, very specific to you. I might say, I'm working on a new lesson for my complete English course, Fluent Communication. I'm always working on updating my course materials for my premium course students. Now, sometimes you want to arrange a meeting at work. So you might hear, or you might ask someone, would you have time for a coffee? Would you have time for a coffee or for a meeting? Would you have time for a coffee? Would you have time to meet to discuss this project? Would you? We don't often say, would you? You'll often hear, would you? Would you have time for a coffee? Would you have time for a coffee? Yeah, sure. How about 2 p.m.? Or, no, today is really busy. Maybe another time. Do you want to meet up to talk about your project? Do you wanna? Do you wanna? Do you want to? Do you want to meet up tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow would be much better. Okay, now it's time to practice speaking with me. I'm going to ask you a question and I want you to answer. I'll be here listening to all of your answers. So be sure to jump right in and say an answer, even if it's short. How's it coming along? What you working on? Wow, that sounds interesting. Do you want to meet up later to talk more about it? Maybe grab a coffee? Okay, great. You did a fantastic job. Thank you for practicing. Now I'll tell you about how you can practice your English speaking online with lessons through Lingoda. Lingoda is a trusted online language learning business where you can practice English, Business English, Spanish, French, or German. And now from May 7th to June 10th, you can sign up for lessons at 30% off. If you're looking for an easy, quick, and affordable way to practice your English speaking, to make sure that you are understood when you speak English, then I highly encourage you to check out Lingoda, because from May 7th through June 10th, they're offering 30% off of their monthly lesson packages or their language marathon. So this is a great chance for you to feel more confident speaking English. Lingoda has flexible learning hours and lessons offered online at many different times of the day, 7 days a week. So you can find a time that works for you and your schedule. Their teachers are native speakers, they have experience, and in my experience learning Spanish with Lingoda, I have had a great time. And their teachers are very approachable, very open to your questions, and very helpful. Lingoda classes are 60 minutes long. They have an interactive curriculum and materials for you to learn from. There's small group lessons and the average class size is 3 or 4 students. So maybe you've heard me talk about Lingoda previously in another video. Now is a great time to try them if you haven't yet, because they are offering 30% off of their monthly lessons. Find the link for this special offer in the description of this video and click on the link to make sure that you can get that special discount, which is for you, Go Natural English viewers. So try Lingoda for yourself. You can even get a 7-day free trial, which includes 3 lessons for you to try at no risk. And don't forget to use the voucher code GET30. It's in the description as well to make sure that you get that 30% off. So you can start with the free trial and then you can get 30% off your package of monthly lessons. It's a great opportunity to try it out, and I want to know how it goes. So if you do try Lingoda lessons, or if you have already tried them, let us know in the comments. You can check out Lingoda on Instagram at Lingoda_official to check out their student stories and to follow to see real results. You can also follow Go Natural English on Instagram at Go Natural English. I would love to connect with you there and tell you more about how you can learn to speak English fluently and confidently. Here with me, Gabby, from 𝒂𝒑𝒆𝒂𝒂𝒂. The next step for you to become a fluent English speaker is to subscribe right here to Go Natural English on YouTube if you haven't done that already. Now, if you enjoyed learning about how to speak English more fluently, if you enjoyed learning about phrasal verbs, reductions, and real phrases that natives use, tell me in the comments what you'd like to learn more of next. And I can't wait to see you here next week for another Go Natural English fluency tip. Thanks so much for watching. You're doing an amazing job, so just keep it up. Don't stop now. You've got this. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.